Yeah, I'm getting a bit soft around this midsection. I don't talk about this a lot, but I was a dancer in college and I used to be in pretty good shape, especially over the last year. I think a lot of us have dealt with some changes in our work-home life balance. Trying to find a normal for keeping up with remote work and fitness, it's not always easy. So here's the deal. I personally do better with some kind of accountability. I'm toying with the idea of starting up a little techie fitness club. We can share our workout stats, keep each other honest, keep me honest. If that's something you'd be interested in, drop a comment down below. Let's see if we can work something out. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Mobvoi TicWatch series, and the TicWatch Pro 3 is the smartwatch most often on my wrist these days. Well, the folks at Mobvoi sent over something a little bigger than what I usually cover on this channel. They make a treadmill. This took me so long to shoot. I mean, the rest of my home is not really set up to be camera ready, but it gave me a chance to play with it a bit more and to share some of my thoughts here. Home fitness is kind of tricky. If you're in a smaller apartment or condo like we are, we don't have the room for gym grade equipment. Our usual go-to has been a small exercise bike, which just recently broke and is now being used to dry laundry. One of the major conveniences of a smaller treadmill is the ability to ship it almost completely assembled. The way we're currently using it, yeah, it kind of came that way out of the box. It's a really simple layout designed to fold flat and be tucked away under a couch or bed, and it achieves that really well. There are two modes of operation. When the top bar is down, you have a simple walking setup. When the top bar is up, the belt can drive up to 12 kilometers per hour. For the Americans in my audience, this does measure in kilometers, which is fine for me because my favorite fun run distance was the 5K. Now, there are arms you can attach to the top bar, but that prevents you from closing the treadmill. For our needs, we went without those arms. On top of the bar, we've got a sturdy little phone mount and simple controls. There's a colored step indicator that flashes for each of your footfalls, but your time, distance, and calories burned, that's thrown onto a little readout down by your feet. That information needs to be accessible whether the top bar is up or down. Maria and I have been using this quite a bit over the last month. There's something really handy about being able to take a 20-minute break from work, hop on the treadmill, bump up your step count for the day, and hop right back off to get back to work again. It's a smaller home unit, so there is no hill or elevation. This isn't the kind of hardware I'd recommend for serious distance runners or sprinters, but I wholly expect it to help my 5K time when I can get back into actually running. I deal with a bunch of small nagging hip and knee injuries, so I always manage to hurt myself doing something stupid just as I'm getting back into better shape. Case in point, I have harder footfalls while running. The first few times I ran faster on this treadmill, it took a little feel for how I should run on it. A smaller belt like this, you don't want to crank the tension, but you don't want it too loose. And you kind of need to float the middle of the belt for the best foot feel. Also, the top bar is at a height where the phone mount might not be a great ergonomic view for an extended workout. Right now, we have the treadmill in our living room, but when we get rid of that busted exercise bike in our bedroom, that's where we're going to put it. And we've got a TV there that's more at eye level, so that should be a bit better for keeping your chin up and getting some entertainment. It's a little mini belt-driven treadmill, so the motor is not quiet, but I was happy it didn't whine. I was worried a smaller treadmill like this would be annoying or high-pitched, a piercing sound. Now, this is loud enough that small TV speakers are gonna have an issue cutting through, but a good sound system, you should be fine. I'd probably still recommend some good in-ear earbuds that seal up your ear better, and that way you're not cranking the volume to hear music or a movie while you're working out. My main gripe after using it really has little to do with the treadmill itself and more the instructions. Mobvoi has done a great job including all the tools and a little bottle of lubricant to keep up the maintenance for the belt, but looking at the instructions provided, I'm not exactly sure where that should go because the photos included are way too dark to see anything. If you buy this, I would follow up with Mobvoi directly to get better tips and tricks on long-term maintenance and care. This is not an impulse buy, but it arrives conveniently assembled and ready to go at a price that shouldn't be too intimidating. And I can give this a solid recommendation if your situation is a bit more like mine. Space is at a premium and you're struggling to keep up the consistency of your workouts. Looking into the future, my main suggestions for Mobvoi, if they ever consider a Gen 2 of this product, I'd like a way to mount a tablet higher. That would be nice, keeping a larger screen closer to eye level. And 2, there's not a ton of information a simple treadmill can track, but I still would like to see some kind of communication with the TicWatch. The TicWatch fitness tracking features are fantastic, but even something as silly as having the treadmill speed controls on your wrist, well, that could be handy. In all though, this has been a smashing success for Marie and I think this is a terrific way for a brand like Mobvoi to expand their lifestyle and fitness offerings. I'll of course leave some links down below with more info on the Mobvoi Home Treadmill, where you can shop one of these bad boys online. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to the channel. Supporting your favorite content creator has never been more critical than it is today, so I greatly appreciate those of you who are checking out the links below my videos. Maybe you're shopping a little merch. That kind of stuff really does help keep production rolling on this channel. Get a full list of all my affiliates and partnerships on SomeGadgetGuy.com, or you might consider, just maybe, joining the list of names scrolling by on your screen from my Patreon, patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. This list basically represents the coolest people on the web, so I hope you'll check them out. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy on the Twitters and the Twitch, and the Facebooks and the Instagrams. And I will catch you all on the next review.